Alright guys, let's put away our silent reading books and go ahead and get out your Charlotte's Web guided notes. And we're going to work on some vocabulary from the book. Today we're going to focus on the words humble and gullible. They're both words that you can use in everyday conversation, and they're adjectives that can make your writing more interesting. We'll start with humble. If you're humble, it means that you're showing that you don't think you're better than anybody else. You could be gentle, shy, respectful. You're showing that you're not proud. So if there's an athlete who is winning some award, instead of boasting about how wonderful they are and how hard they've worked and how much they deserve this, instead of doing that, they credit their teammates. They are being humble. On the other hand, if you're on a date and he or she spends the whole date talking about themselves and how awesome they are and all the cool things they've done, they're not being humble. So why don't you turn to your partner and come up with an example of humble as well as a non-example of humble. I'll give you guys a couple minutes. Alright, good job. Alright, some really good examples. So, now I'd like you, on your guided notes there's some open space. Go ahead and write a paragraph, 3 sentences or so, that use the word humble, and then have an example and again a non-example. You can use the one you just came up with your partner, or come up with your own. You can't use any that I gave you though. Alright, good job, guys. Now, next, gullible. When someone is gullible, it means they're easily fooled. They're naive, impressionable, inexperienced, and easily deceived. Have you ever heard the joke when someone says, "Hey, gullible's written on the ceiling"? If you were to look up, you'd be gullible. And again, on the other hand, if you're sitting at the lunch table and your friend says, "Oh my gosh, there's a giant boa constrictor slithering on the floor," if you just laugh at them and ignore them, you're not being gullible. So again, why don't you turn to your partner and see if you can come up with any examples of being gullible, as well as non-examples of being gullible. Non-examples are a little bit hard. They might be cheesy. Go ahead and do that. Alright, good job. Again, I heard a lot of really good examples. So why don't you go ahead and, same as before, write a paragraph using an example and a non-example of gullible. Alright, good job, guys. Those look good. So, let's just review. Let's say that over Christmas, you spend Christmas Day volunteering at Salvation Army, and you feed the homeless instead of opening presents and everything fun like that. And then when somebody asks you how your Christmas was, instead of telling them that you fed the homeless and you're so wonderful, you just say, "It was good." Would you be being humble or gullible? Humble! You're right, you'd be being humble. So what if you're watching the movie Sharknado and you believe that something like that could actually happen because you saw it in the movie? It must be real. What would that be an example of? Gullible! You're right, you'd be being gullible. Let's see. What about Little Red Riding Hood? And she talked to the wolf and decided to go pick Grandma flowers, and then she got to Grandma's house, and Grandma's nose was big and her teeth were big, and she had claws and she was furry, but she still believed that that was Grandma. What was Little Red Riding Hood being? Humble or gullible? Gullible! You're right. She was being gullible. One more. What if you've been having a super long day and you're tired and nothing went right, and you have to stop at the grocery store before you go home, and there's a long line, and you're the last one in line, and then somebody comes up behind you, and you can tell she's just as exhausted as you are, and she has a screaming baby in the cart, and instead of making her way behind you, you say, "You can go ahead of me, it's alright." Would you be being humble or gullible? Humble. Yep, you'd be being humble. Alright, good job, guys. Thank you.